And welcome back to Two Wheels, where we've just had a very interesting MotoGP race. There is someone that wasn't on the podium for a while, a new World Championship leader. His name does not rhyme with Marquez. And yes, some controversy. A bit. Yeah. So let's get into the driver of the day, which is really, really hard to disagree with. Yes, he didn't get pole position, but his pace was absolutely scintillating. I mean, it was, as we know, he was very good at the end of last season, and his form has continued, particularly since Marc Marquez disappeared. Come the end of winning the championship, he was like, "Now, I'm kind of done now." Yeah, obviously, he had that injury. And Marco Bezzecchi is absolutely dominating. Is he the mark of 2026? I don't know, but it's certainly looking interesting, isn't it? So let's rewind a bit, though, to practice. More crashes than you could throw, anything at, really. I mean, Acosta, Guantaro, Morbidelli, all in the gravel trap. And I can't remember. It's been a while since we've had a track that has resulted in so many crashes. I don't know if I'm wrong, but it just feels like there's a lot more crashes here in Brazil, or there in Brazil, than there has been in the past. It's just really, really weird. But anyway, moving on from that, because this is the Grand Prix result. Well done, Marco Bezzecchi. Second was Jorge Marin. Third was Fabio Guantaro. Marc Marquez finishing fourth, Agora finishing fifth, Marquez finishing sixth, Acosta seventh, the previous now, as you'll see in a bit, the previous championship leader, Acosta seventh, Aldiger 8th, Zarco 9th, and Fernandez 10th. But it continues, where we have Marini in 11th, Morbidelli 12th, Diego Moreira, I wouldn't say the home favourite, but he didn't do too bad. I kind of felt the hype coming into the weekend, hoping he would have done that smidge better, but there we go. Alex Rins in 14th. I mean, Yamaha, disappointing, aren't they? They really are. Bastianini in 15th. Quartararo in 16th. Yeah, Fabio, I once again, disappointing. But we're going to get into our winners and losers in a bit. Toprak in 17th. Again, I put this guy as a thumbnail after what was absolutely amazing practice, and well, yeah, okay. Top Gun in 18th, and here we go. The really big disappointment: Joan Mir out. Jack Miller out. Bagnaia, that was the big one for me, out, and Jack Miller on your 200th MotoGP. When I heard that when I was watching it live, I absolutely despaired. I was so upset. But I mean, it's almost not too much of a difference there, because this is the riders' standings as Marco Bezzecchi takes the lead with 56 points in that championship. With 11 points down is his teammate Jorge Marin. Is it going to be a Parilla Demonstration Championship? I absolutely hope not. I don't think it will be. It can't, surely. Pedro Acosta in third. And Guantaro in fourth, and Marquez in fifth. There are your top five. Marquez already 22 points behind in that championship. However, the plus is we're going to one of his favourite racetracks next week. So, fingers very much crossed. Now, here, I would very much like to talk about what was slightly controversial. We were meant, as I'm priming my earphones, we were meant to have a 23-lap race. We didn't. It was a 31 lap race. It ended up being 23. Please excuse me. Yeah. I mean, and they said it's now that the race distance reduced by 8 laps. The reason why was because of circuit degradation. For those of you who weren't in the know and didn't watch the sprint race, that was delayed because of a massive sinkhole, which we'll no doubt get into a bit. This is obviously the last minute decision to reduce the lap. This is from TNT Sports. Did not sit well with some people.
What they were seeing, track breaking up, etc. There was some images of some of the team bosses that didn't look very happy.
Yep.
Davide Tardozzi.
Team bosses were not looking happy at all, were they? Absolutely not. As of what they're saying.
Images here, there was a few
you can
of
see,
them
look.
Just, asking.
I mean, look at his body language with the official. He's so angry, look.
But he wasn't alone. You can see from these images here, there was a few of them just, you know, asking...
I mean, the reason why, because when you think about it, at that point, they would have checked the tyres, etc. They would have checked the tyres. They would have confirmed what tyres they want. And a 23-lap race is, I mean, you know, it's only a few laps, it seems, more than the sprint. Completely different to a 31-lap race. If it was 31-lap race, we may have had a different winner. Who knows? But I think doing that at the last minute is bad. I understand. It's under safety grounds, so I kind of get it. But it is bear in mind, this is the first time we've been back in Brazil, and we've had, you know, MotoGP, from what I've seen on the cameras, have been absolutely welcome there with open arms. The issue is that should not be happening to what is a world-class circuit. It is embarrassing. I don't care the fact that we're going back to Brazil. It is, for any country, it's embarrassing. Anyway, onwards to the race, and Bagnaia and Mir down, one after another. Yeah, and it says here, the poor form luck will continue for both drivers. Let's just turn that down there, as you can see here. I mean, yeah, completely. I mean, Bagnaia, what are you doing? It's just poor form continues. What are you doing? I mean, the Ducati bosses must be like, do we give him a P45 now? Is he going to make it to America? Yeah, I'm sure he actually is. But look, as he goes through the gravel, not very good at all. Not very good at all. But this was Fabio getting off after his third place. It was a very good podium, wasn't it? He did really, really well. His battle with Marquez was absolutely fantastic. And as you can see here, he is absolutely so happy, which is brilliant. And also, November the 17th, 2024, P3 in Barcelona. Fast forward, what I think Autosports posted this, 490 days later, is between podiums. I mean, that's insane. March the 2nd, P2 in Brazil. Jorge Martin's first MotoGP podium. First. I mean, imagine that in 490 days. That is an absolute golf. Now, I thought this tweet was absolutely hilarious. This was before the sprint race. This was why the sprint race was delayed. And he's put, as usual, you can count on me for the most... This is Max Oaksley. You can count on me for the most creative decisions at times like this. Put a ramp over the sinkhole, and every rider that jumps the ramp in the sprint gets an extra championship point. It's what the fans want. It's what Liberty wants. I've got to follow that. Yeah, probably is. I completely agree. Marquez, obviously the sprint, he didn't quite make it on the podium just in the race, but he's smiling because, yeah, he's back. What's going to happen in America, though? I mean, we'd stand by for our preview. It's going to be really interesting. But there we go. The smile is back. The smile is back. And in terms of sprint wins, I mean, look at that. Marquez 16, Bagnaia 13, Marquez 5, Jorge Martin 16, Bezzecchi 4. I mean, it's just, yeah, sprints. Acosta 1, obviously. Binder 2, Vinales 2, Bastianini 2. And I think, well, there we go. I still enjoy the sprints, if I'm honest. I do genuinely like the sprints. Anyway, deep breath, simply because we are now going to get ready for our winners and losers. So, this is kind of, I don't want to say tongue-in-cheek, but, yeah. Should we start with the losers, shall we? Big one. This is not a big one, but I want to talk Pedro Acosta, and I'm putting him in the loser segment simply because he came in with such hype to the point where everyone thought this guy is the championship favourite. Now, in defence of Pedro Acosta, he was like, "Whoa, no, I am not championship favourite." Going, let's calm things down. I just had a very good first weekend, yes, but in terms of this weekend, in terms of the race, he had a good start, and then he just pressed pause. It seemed, and yeah. So I think, given the hype going in, disappointing. The next two, I think, are a bit more obvious. Bagnaia. Oh, what are you doing? I mean, as I mentioned, you go off again. It's amateur hour for this guy. But the frustrating thing is we know how talented Francesca is. I know. And stacking it on your 200th race. I'm so sorry, Jack Miller. You're one of my favourites, but I've got to put you in the losers simply because you stacked it. You stacked it on your 200th race. I mean, what on earth? You stacked it. I'm sorry, I'm saying the S word too much, but massively disappointing. Now in the winners, I'm going to put second place, but third. Jorge Marin, simply because he did a cracking job. I think qualifying wasn't arguably his best suit, maybe. To be continued, but it was his first podium for a while. So really, really, really good. But the only reason why I'm putting Fabio here, because yes, he did get pole position. Yes, he did shine in the sprint race. He did make that mistake, I think, where when you actually looked at the sprint race, I think he probably could have won the sprint race had he not made that mistake. And this time it was Marquez making mistakes, and Fabio absolutely jumped on it. So well done him, but simply the Bez. Yeah, he absolutely dominated the race so much that he made it look like everyone else was, and turned to easy AI on MotoGP 26 coming out, I think, next month, isn't it? But yeah. So, well done. Absolutely well done, Bez. So, just to remind you, the loser, we've got Acosta, all the hype coming in. Yeah. Oh dear. We've got Francesco Bagnaia bidding it once again. And our last loser is Frank Miller? No, that's the comic artist. It is Jack Miller for, well, yeah, not even making it a couple of laps around your 200th race. In terms of winner, Jorge Marin, well done. Your first podium for a while. Welcome back. I hope you knew where to go. Fabio gets our second best driver of the day, simply because that awesome battle with Marc Marquez. And when you look at yesterday as well, he was absolutely brilliant. Sadly, we didn't do the sprint race video. And last but not least was Marco Bezzecchi, because he's basically the Marc Marquez of 2025, reborn in 2026. So, yeah. I mean, well done all of them. I couldn't do what they do, but there we go. Anyway, let's leave you with the rider of the race, a very happy Bezzecchi, as I'm asking you nicely to consider subscribing to us at Two Wheels, where we are going to, almost daily MotoGP videos, MotoGP news. I'm sure there's going to be some news coming out of this with the fallout, but it was controversial with that sprint race, wasn't it? And the time at the last minute. They probably why at the last minute, I don't know. But anyway, I'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much.